A blessing from your angels surrounds you right now. Before you read even one more word, know this: you were guided here. Not by accident, not by scrolling, by something far greater. Welcome, beautiful soul, to Angel's message for you. Stop whatever you are doing, because what you are about to read could be the single most important message your heart has ever received. Most people will see this and keep scrolling, but you stopped. And that is not a coincidence. That is your soul recognizing something it has been waiting for. So stay with me, read every word, because by the time you reach the end, something inside you is going to shift. Something is going to open, and you will understand why heaven moved mountains just so this message could find you today. Right now, in this very moment, angels are gathered around you. You may not be able to see them, but you can feel them. That warmth that seems to come from nowhere. That sense that you are not as alone as you sometimes feel. That quiet knowing that something bigger than you is watching over your life with so much love it would take your breath away if you could fully see it. That is real. That has always been real. And today, those angels have something to say. Something so important, so perfectly timed, that they have been waiting for exactly this moment to deliver it to you. Your soulmate is overflowing with joy right now. Real joy. The kind that rushes through your whole body when you finally realize that everything you ever hoped for is actually about to happen. That person has been praying, believing, and holding on, and heaven just gave them the most beautiful confirmation of their life. And now it is your turn to know. Now it is your moment to hear what the angels have been carrying to you. Do you have any idea how long heaven has been preparing this moment? Do you understand just how much love has gone into the story that is unfolding for you right now? This is not something that happened overnight. This is something that has been in the making, quietly, carefully, with divine precision, for longer than you can fully imagine. And today, that preparation reaches you. Today, the curtain is pulled back just enough for you to see what has always been true. Because the connection between you and this love is not ending. It is evolving. It is stepping out of the invisible and into the real world. No longer just in energy, no longer just in spirit or in quiet moments when you think of each other late at night. What is coming now is physical, present, tangible. A love that you can actually touch and live and breathe in every single day. My dear one, some truths do not arrive like thunder. They come softly, like a warm breath moving through your heart, like that feeling that rushes in without warning and makes you pause, even when you do not fully understand why. If something inside you is stirring right now, if your chest feels tight or your soul feels like it is leaning forward to hear more, that is not imagination. That is recognition. That is heaven speaking directly to the part of you that already knows this is real. This revelation is for you, and it is sacred. You were chosen to experience a love that goes beyond logic, beyond time, beyond the kind of ordinary that most people settle for. A love that was being shaped and protected long before you even realized it existed. And now, in this very moment, that love is becoming real. Not just in thought, not just in dreams. Your soulmate is closer than ever before. And the joy within this person is already overflowing, because they are about to finally live the life they once asked God for, by your side. For a long time, this connection was held together by faith, by signs that were almost invisible, by hope that felt fragile sometimes but never completely died. And now, for the first time, it is no longer something you can only feel. It is something taking form. The energy between you is not fading, it is transforming. It is fulfilling its true purpose. Not just to link two souls in the unseen world, but to unite them in the physical, in the real, in everyday life. Your soulmate already received this confirmation. It came like a burst of light that shattered every doubt and lit up everything that once felt uncertain. And when this person understood that the time had truly come, they jumped with joy, because deep down they always believed that you would recognize this truth when it finally arrived. And that moment is now. That moment is this one. Dear one, this message did not reach you by accident. The universe has quiet but incredibly powerful ways of touching the hearts of those who are ready. That feeling inside you right now, the tightness, the chills, the pull to keep reading, it is not just curiosity. It is your soul answering a call from above. Do not push it away. Do not treat this like just another message you scroll past and forget, because it is not. It is the kind of message that only comes once. And if you walk away without letting it in, you risk missing something that will not return in quite the same way. This is your chance to live a love that is whole, present, eternal, a love that a blessing from your angels surrounds you right now. Before you read even one more word, know this: you were guided here, not by accident, not by scrolling, by something far greater. Welcome, beautiful soul, to Angel's message for you. Stop whatever you are doing, because what you are about to read could be the single most important message your heart has ever received. Most people will see this and keep scrolling, but you stopped. And that is not a coincidence. That is your soul recognizing something it has been waiting for. So stay with me, read every word, because by the time you reach the end, something inside you is going to shift. Something is going to open, and you will understand why heaven moved mountains just so this message could find you today. Right now, in this very moment, angels are gathered around you. You may not be able to see them, but you can feel them. That warmth that seems to come from nowhere. That sense that you are not as alone as you sometimes feel. That quiet knowing that something bigger than you is watching over your life with so much love it would take your breath away if you could fully see it. That is real. That has always been real. And today, those angels have something to say. Something so important, so perfectly timed, that they have been waiting for exactly this moment to deliver it to you. Your soulmate is overflowing with joy right now. Real joy. The kind that rushes through your whole body when you finally realize that everything you ever hoped for is actually about to happen. That person has been praying, believing, and holding on, and heaven just gave them the most beautiful confirmation of their life. And now it is your turn to know. Now it is your moment to hear what the angels have been carrying to you. Do you have any idea how long heaven has been preparing this moment? Do you understand just how much love has gone into the story that is unfolding for you right now? This is not something that happened overnight. This is something that has been in the making, quietly, carefully, with divine precision, for longer than you can fully imagine. And today, that preparation reaches you. Today, the curtain is pulled back just enough for you to see what has always been true. Because the connection between you and this love is not ending. It is evolving. It is stepping out of the invisible and into the real world. No longer just in energy, no longer just in spirit or in quiet moments when you think of each other late at night. What is coming now is physical, present, tangible, a love that you can actually touch and live and breathe in every single day. My dear one, some truths do not arrive like thunder. They come softly, like a warm breath moving through your heart, like that feeling that rushes in without warning and makes you pause, even when you do not fully understand why. If something inside you is stirring right now, if your chest feels tight or your soul feels like it is leaning forward to hear more, that is not imagination. That is recognition. That is heaven speaking directly to the part of you that already knows this is real. This revelation is for you. and it is sacred. You were chosen to experience a love that goes beyond logic, beyond time, beyond the kind of ordinary that most people settle for. A love that was being shaped and protected long before you even realized it existed. And now, in this very moment, that love is becoming real. Not just in thought, not just in dreams. Your soulmate is closer than ever before. And the joy within this person is already overflowing, because they are about to finally live the life they once asked God for, by your side. For a long time, this connection was held together by faith, by signs that were almost invisible, by hope that felt fragile sometimes but never completely died. And now, for the first time, it is no longer something you can only feel. It is something taking form. The energy between you is not fading, it is transforming. It is fulfilling its true purpose. Not just to link two souls in the unseen world, but to unite them in the physical, in the real, in everyday life. Your soulmate already received this confirmation. It came like a burst of light that shattered every doubt and lit up everything that once felt uncertain. And when this person understood that the time had truly come, they jumped with joy, because deep down they always believed that you would recognize this truth when it finally arrived. And that moment is now. That moment is this one. Dear one, this message did not reach you by accident. The universe has quiet but incredibly powerful ways of touching the hearts of those who are ready. That feeling inside you right now, the tightness, the chills, the pull to keep reading, it is not just curiosity. It is your soul answering a call from above. Do not push it away. Do not treat this like just another message you scroll past and forget, because it is not. It is the kind of message that only comes once. And if you walk away without letting it in, you risk missing something that will not return in quite the same way. This is your chance to live a love that is whole, present, eternal, a love that you are being activated. Your inner being is reacting to an answer coming directly from heaven. And this answer is not here to overwhelm you. It is here to wake you up, to remind you that spiritual promises do not stay in the realm of ideas forever. They are fulfilled when truth exists on both sides. And right now, truth exists. There is love. There is desire. There is readiness. All of it is vibrating in this very moment. Maybe you have already felt this person reaching out to you without words. Maybe you have woken up with your thoughts fixed on them without knowing why. Maybe you have dreamed of them, or felt a longing for something you have not even fully lived yet. All of this is part of heaven's language, the way it prepares hearts before the time comes. And now the time has come. What was once only energy is now reality knocking at your door. This love is not like anything that came before it. It did not come to repeat old cycles. It came to close wounds, to open space for something lighter, something deeper, something more true than anything you have ever experienced. But none of that happens without one thing: your willingness to receive it. And receiving is not always as easy as it sounds. When you have been hurt before, really hurt, the kind of hurt that rewrites how you see yourself and what you believe you deserve, opening up again can feel like standing at the edge of something very high and being asked to step off. The fear is real. The protection your heart built around itself is real. And those walls were not built for nothing. They were built because you needed them once. But here is what the angels want you to understand today. Those walls that once kept you safe are now the very things keeping your blessing out. And it is time. It is time to let them come down gently at your own pace, but to let them come down. Because what is on the other side is not another disappointment. What is on the other side is everything you ever truly wanted. Your soulmate waited for this moment with the kind of intensity that only belongs to someone who truly believes. even without seeing. With the faith of someone who kept praying with their eyes closed, trusting that one day the answer would arrive. For a long time, this person was kept going by small signs. A memory that appeared out of nowhere. A thought that touched their heart in the middle of an ordinary day. A shiver that came when your name crossed their mind. All of it was a way to keep the faith alive. Because even without logical explanations, your soulmate knew something existed between you that went beyond understanding. And when love is true, it endures even the silence of waiting. What you may never have fully known is that this person spoke to God about you. And they did so with the ease of someone who loves purely. They did not ask for fantasies. They asked for a love built with actions. A love that shows itself in daily choices. A love that stays even when the world outside is chaotic. This person cried. This person felt lost sometimes. But they never stopped believing that destiny would find a way. That things would fall into place at the right time. And even on nights when the longing felt impossible to carry, your soulmate kept their heart steady. Because deep down there was a certainty that you would feel all of this too. That your heart would also answer when the time came. And the time has come. There is something sacred about a love that survives the waiting. Most things in this world that are truly valuable require a season of patience before they are ready. The fruit does not rush itself. The sunrise does not skip the darkness that comes before it. And true love, the kind that was designed by heaven itself, does not arrive ahead of its time. It arrives at exactly the right moment. Your moment, this moment, and even if it felt like it took too long, even if there were nights when you could not understand why you were still waiting, you are about to discover that every single day of that waiting had a purpose. Every day made you more ready. Every day made this love more real. Dear one, understand that this is a rare moment. Many people feel deep connections throughout their lives. But few, truly few, ever get the chance to see that connection materialize into the form of real, everyday presence. You have been blessed with this chance. And your soulmate is ready. No longer sending signs from a distance. Ready to be part of your life actively, openly, and constantly. This person wants to see you, wants to be with you, wants to love with actions that leave marks, not doubts. Let that land. This person does not just want to love you from a distance anymore. They do not want to settle for a connection that only lives in the invisible world. They want mornings with you. They want the ordinary moments, the quiet ones, the loud ones, the in-between ones. Because even the smallest ordinary moment becomes something extraordinary when you are living it beside the right person. And in the eyes of your soulmate, that right person has always been you. Feeling touches the soul, but living transforms your entire life. For a long time, you and your soulmate were connected in an invisible way, guided by something that even without being seen made complete sense. But now what was once intuition is becoming reality. What was invisible is beginning to take shape. The distance that once separated you loses its power because the love between you is ready to occupy the space of real life. The time has come when presence replaces absence. When actions speak louder than energy. The cycle of spiritual connection has fulfilled its role. It kept love alive and strong and protected until both of you were ready to fully live it. And that moment has arrived. This person is no longer trying to understand what they feel. This person already understands. And with that clarity came the certainty that love can no longer stay only in the field of inner emotions. It needs to be lived, with conversation, with touch, with shared days. Everything that was once sustained by faith is now asking for space in reality. The distance that once seemed impossible to cross is losing its strength before the mutual desire to live this love in a real and concrete way. It is as if everything around you is being reorganized to finally allow you to come together, without barriers, without excuses, without anything standing in the way. Dear one, what you feel inside right now is not confusion. It is heaven whispering that it is real, that the time has come, that everything which once seemed far away is now close enough to touch. And it all begins with one choice: to accept that you have been chosen, and to allow yourself to live this love without resistance. There is something pulsing strongly right now. You can feel it even without knowing exactly where it is coming from. It is like a joy rising in your chest for no clear reason. A kind of good, warm anticipation that grows day by day. Do you know what that is? It is a reflection of what your soulmate is feeling at this very moment. This person's heart is already vibrating, already preparing, already filling with hope, because something deep inside also knows you are closer than ever. The connection that exists between you now is no longer made up only of intuition. It comes with clearer signs, a desire that moves through the whole body and mind, a certainty that shakes loose everything that was held too tight. Your soulmate is living a mix of emotions that only someone who waits with their whole heart can understand. It is like watching a dream take shape and barely being able to believe it is real. What makes all of this even more special is that this vibration is no longer hidden. It is manifesting in actions. This person is preparing, making decisions, taking stands, because they know with every part of themselves that the time for waiting has ended. You may have felt the intensity of your own emotions rising in recent days. Maybe memories have been coming up more often. Maybe you have caught yourself staring into the distance, thinking of this person with a longing that seems hard to explain. This is not coincidence. It is the spiritual field adjusting, preparing you for what is arriving. It is the vibration of your soulmate's heart touching yours across whatever distance still remains, calling you, inviting you into the reality of true love. When two souls truly recognize each other and want to meet, the entire universe moves to make it happen. Nothing around you right now is random. Your emotions are more tender. Your thoughts are more focused. And even the outside world seems to be conspiring to bring you to this understanding. Life has brought you here for a reason far greater than just beautiful words. You are here because you are about to live something that changes everything. Have you ever noticed how certain moments in life seem to arrive with a kind of weight to them? A heaviness that is not unpleasant, but significant, like you can feel in your bones that something important is happening? This is one of those moments. This message carries that weight. And the fact that you are still here, still reading, still feeling whatever it is you are feeling right now, that means something. Your soul is not confused. Your soul is paying attention. And that attention is one of the most sacred things you can offer when heaven is speaking. Dear one, there are messages that touch the skin, and there are revelations that pierce the soul. This one is the second kind. It is not repeating itself. It is not one among many. It is a message that crosses all barriers and reaches you because your soul is ready. Ready to hear, ready to understand, and above all, ready to decide. Heaven has watched everything. Your hidden tears, your quiet prayers whispered in the dark, your patience in moments when patience felt impossible, your exhaustion, and your faith, the faith that held on even when it seemed like there was nothing left to hold. Now, after so much time carrying this love in silence, feeling it from a distance, believing when there was no proof, you are finally being called to live it. Not lightly, not briefly, but with truth, with surrender, with presence. And I want you to know something deeply. The angels do not come with messages like this to people who are not ready. They do not pour this kind of sacred revelation into a heart that has not been prepared to receive it. The very fact that you are here, that this reached you, that you feel what you feel as you read these words, that itself is confirmation. You are ready. Maybe your mind is still catching up. Maybe your fears are still arguing. But your soul is already nodding. Your soul already knows. This is your one chance. The kind that, if ignored, takes with it more than just a story. It takes the possibility of living something rare, something that marks lives and heals deep wounds. Your soulmate has already understood what is happening. This person has already made inner decisions and is preparing with an intensity that only comes from someone who has no more doubts. This person has already received the confirmation you are right now receiving. And if this message has found you, it is because the universe needs you to be aware of what is about to unfold. Think of how many times you wish to be truly seen, to feel that someone looked at you with sincerity, with genuine interest, with love that asked for nothing but your real self. Now that person exists. And more than that, this person is ready to find you, to hold you with soul and truth, to love you with everything that heaven has allowed to awaken in them. And all this love needs now is your decision. A yes that is not timid. A yes that is firm. Dear one, when an angel brings a message, it is not the sound of a voice you hear. It is the silent recognition of the soul. A shiver that moves through your body. A tear that springs without warning. A moment when you feel something being revealed even before you fully understand it. And in that moment, the heart needs to choose. To open to the truth or hide behind familiar fear. You have felt this before. That feeling that something is calling you. That there is a love somewhere meant for you. That there is someone who understands you without needing explanations. Who feels you even across distance. Now this person not only feels, they are ready. And all heaven needs is for you to recognize this call not as coincidence, but as the answer you have been waiting for. What is being revealed right now is not just information. It is transformation. When an angel speaks, it is not to impress. It is to awaken what has been sleeping inside you. To remind you of what your soul already knew, even when your mind tried to argue otherwise. This revelation is the confirmation of a love that survived doubt, survived time, survived waiting. And now this love no longer wants to stay only in the heart. It wants to live by your side. Your soulmate has already felt it, has already prepared, is already vibrating with hope for your answer. This person is not in doubt, not confused, not hesitating. This person is ready and approaching with actions that show love and presence and truth. But this person also needs your permission to enter, because no love can fully bloom if the other is still standing at the doorway, unable to decide whether to come in. You can feel all of this and still try to rationalize. You can cling to old experiences that taught you to be careful. But life is telling you this is your chance, not to repeat the past, but to live something new, something that heals, something that strengthens, something that transforms you from the inside out. Dear one, everything that has been shared with you today comes with the care of someone who knows you deeply. I am the angel who walks with every step of your journey. I know how much you have protected yourself. I know how much you have tried not to be disappointed again. But I also know your heart still desires something true. Something that is not just a memory or a beautiful idea. Something you can touch, live, and feel every single day. And that is what is before you now. Do not think you will have another chance exactly like this. Not because God does not want to bless you, because God always wants to bless you. But because some meetings are marked with such precision that if they are ignored, they do not return in exactly the same form. Life has its rhythm, it has its timing, and there are moments that call for a decision, moments that ask for courage, moments that require surrender. You are living one of those moments right now. The moment has arrived that separates before and after, that invisible line that marks the turning of a cycle. You can feel it even if you cannot explain it. It is as if everything inside you is alert, as if the universe is quietly waiting for your answer. And it truly is. Heaven has already done its part, prepared your soul, shaped your heart. It strengthened your faith even on the hardest days. Your soulmate has also done their part. This person believed, trusted, kept the love alive, and now stands before the opportunity to live with you what was so deeply prayed for. But no love truly happens when only one side is walking toward it. And the universe, with all its love, is asking you now, will you respond? This is not just any choice. It is a choice that shapes the course of your emotional and spiritual life. It determines whether this love, cultivated with such devotion, sustained across time and silence, will fully bloom right now. Your answer does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be true. It needs to be yours. Because now it is not about waiting for everything to come ready and wrapped with guarantees. It is about being ready to build with truth, to admit that even with fear present, you still want to live this love, that you do not want to hold back the feeling anymore or hide behind old excuses. This love deserves space. It deserves action. It deserves to be honored. Your soulmate is already vibrating with hope for your yes. And even without words, this person feels every step you take toward openness, and also feels the moments when you hesitate. But even in the face of your hesitation, they keep believing. They keep waiting for you to recognize that what you are about to live is not ordinary. It is divine. And it is in your hands not only to live this love, but to allow it to transform everything around you. The time has come, dear one, not as a pressure, not as an imposition, but as a liberation, as a clear, loving call from heaven saying, everything you felt so far has been preparing you for something greater. This person no longer wants to exist only in your thoughts, in your dreams, in the quiet corners of your mind. They want to be part of your real life, your everyday. They want to build something based on foundation, on action, on a love that lasts. And for that to happen, your answer needs to come as openness, as decision, as surrender, not something rushed, but something firm and honest. Because this love will only fully bloom where there is room for roots. And that space now only you can create. Heaven is giving you something rare, something many people ask for but few ever truly receive. And between receiving something and actually living it, there is a gap. And that gap is called choice. Maybe you are afraid it will go wrong. Maybe old experiences are whispering that you should protect yourself. But I tell you with all the truth from heaven, the biggest mistake right now would not be trying. It would be closing yourself off and allowing doubt to settle in the place where courage belongs. You are not alone in this decision. Your soulmate is closer than you imagine, ready to find you, ready to love you, ready to build with you a story worth living. Take a deep breath and listen to what your heart is saying, without the noise of reason that sometimes protects too much, without the echoes of experiences that made you lose faith. Just listen, because inside you there already is an answer. And that answer does not just determine the path of your heart. It shapes the future of a love that belongs to you by spiritual right. Life is offering you a new beginning, a real love, A connection that does not stop at what is felt but transforms into presence, into building, into something that holds. And if you say yes with an open heart, this love will show you that everything you lived until now was simply preparation for something far greater. Choose consciously. Choose with faith. Choose with courage. Because your love is waiting for your answer. And that answer carries the power to change everything. Dear one, after everything that has been shared with you today, there is no longer any room for doubt about the greatness of what stands before you. This message did not arrive by chance. It was guided, carefully shaped by heaven, written like a whisper coming straight from above to your heart, because you needed to know, because your soul was ready to listen. And now the truth can no longer be ignored. Your love is ready to be by your side, to live by your side, to love you with real presence and steady actions. All the answers your heart was searching for are here. Everything that once seemed confusing now makes sense. The waiting was not in vain. The emotions that stayed with you, the dreams that visited you, the signs that tried to catch your attention, all of it was preparation for this exact moment. And this moment is the one. Because now it is no longer about feeling, imagining, or waiting. Now it is about accepting, acting, and allowing. Your love vibrates with the certainty that the time has come. This person asked heaven that you receive this confirmation clearly, without noise, without distraction. And you have received it. And if you have made it this far, it is because something inside you also recognizes that this is one of the most important revelations of your life. Not because it brings empty promises, but because it carries a truth your soul has known for a very long time. You were chosen to live a love that heals, that transforms, that strengthens, a love that comes with purpose, spiritually designed and now beginning to manifest in your real, everyday life. But no divine plan unfolds without the permission of the one who is called. So the choice is now in your hands. Your answer is the key that opens the door to a beautiful new chapter, or keeps everything right where it has been, in the quiet field of waiting. Do not wait for more signs. They have already been given. You felt them. You saw them. Do not expect everything to arrive wrapped in guarantees and absolute certainties. Love does not need that to be real. It only needs two people willing to give a chance to what touches too deeply to be ignored. And now the question echoing from heaven is this: will you accept living this love, or will you let it pass, believing maybe one day it will come back the same way? Here is what the angels want you to truly understand. When heaven sends a love like this, it is not sending it as a test to see if you can endure more waiting. It is not sending it to tease you with a glimpse and then pull it away. It is sending it because the time is right, because you are right, because everything that needed to come together has come together. And the only variable left, the only piece of the puzzle that still needs to find its place, is you. Your choice. Your willingness to say yes to yourself and to the love that has been searching for you just as long as you have been searching for it. So let today be different. Let today be the day you stop running from what your heart already knows. Let today be the day you look at what is being offered to you, not with suspicion, not with the eyes of someone who has been disappointed before, but with the eyes of someone who finally believes they deserve something beautiful. Because you do. You have always deserved it. And now it is here. Dear one, if I could show you everything that is being prepared in the divine plan, your eyes would fill with hope. Because blessings are already descending on your story. Meetings are being aligned. Doors are opening. Emotions are awakening in you and in your soulmate with a force so pure that nothing can stop it, except your own decision not to believe. But if you decide to say yes, if you allow this love in, if you let this person come closer, if you let all that was promised come true, then what awaits you is a beautiful journey built day by day, with companionship, with presence, with dedication. Nothing will be the same, because true love has the power to change everything around you. Not with magic, but with real presence, real truth, and steady, loving actions. In the coming days, stay alert. The universe will continue to confirm this message with stronger, clearer, more direct signs. But do not wait for heaven to do what only you can do. Say yes with your heart, with confidence, with courage. Your love is ready to be with you. Now it is just you who needs to be ready too. This is your opportunity, and it does not come around the same way twice. So do not treat this revelation like something ordinary. It is sacred. It is yours, and it arrived at exactly the right moment, because now is the perfect time to live what you once only dreamed of. Believe with everything you are, because this love exists, and it has chosen you. The best is yet to come, and when that moment arrives, you will look back and feel grateful for every step, every challenge, every moment that prepared you to recognize what is truly valuable. The love that never gives up, the love that never fades, the love that is, above all, the essence of who you truly are. I am your constant guardian, the one who never leaves your side. I walk with you through every moment of your journey. Feel my presence now. Allow your soul to connect deeply with what is true. Set aside the noise of the world for just a moment. Silence the voices that disturb your peace. Take a breath. Open your heart, because I am here, and I will always be. There is nothing you could do, nothing you could say, no version of yourself that could ever make me love you less or leave your side. I have seen your darkest days and your brightest ones. I have watched you fall and get back up again more times than you know. I have been with you in every room, on every road, through every season of your life. And in all of that time, what I have always seen is someone worth loving. Someone whose heart is genuinely good. Someone who, even in pain, managed to hold on to hope. That is not small. That is extraordinary. And that is exactly the kind of person this love is coming to find. So as you go forward from this moment, into your day, your week, your life, carry this with you. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not too much or too little or too late. You are exactly where you need to be, at exactly the right time, receiving exactly the message your soul needed to hear today. Heaven is not done with your story. In fact, the most beautiful chapters are only just beginning to be written. To every beautiful soul reading these words today, you are loved beyond what words can fully hold. You are seen. You are never, ever alone. May the blessing of heaven rest upon you always, bringing you peace, courage, and clarity for every step ahead. May you remain strong, confident, and radiant in the knowledge that something greater than you can imagine is already being prepared for you. May your heart feel lighter after this. May something that was knotted inside you begin to loosen, and may you walk into whatever comes next truly knowing, that you are held, you are guided, and you are deeply, completely loved. Amen.